Hi, my name is Emile Wamsteker, and I've been an editorial and corporate photographer for over 25 years. Okay, so I was standing at the trolley stand, and there was a woman across from me was wearing a leopard print jacket, and I thought it was interesting that she was standing right next to a scantily clad model whose bra was in the same leopard print. This was a typical view of post-Soviet Czech Republic. I just thought it was an interesting juxtaposition. I'm always looking for relationships between things and images. Yeah, so I was on assignment shooting for the AP outside a courthouse in Upper Manhattan. The interesting thing is that I was assigned to photograph a gangster coming and going to the courthouse. This young man emerges and he's wearing handcuffs, and I was marveling at how young he was. And he got past me, and immediately I saw he had the name Justice, the name of a famous baseball player back in the 1990s, emblazoned on his back. It's an honest image. I always say that the truth is stranger than fiction, and in this case, who would have ever guessed? It was just a lucky image, really. This is an outdoor shot of 3 refugees that came into a town over the border with Montenegro. I was drawn by their character and thought they represented a group of individuals who've been affected by war. You know, it's something that comes from the gut and not necessarily the intellect when you make those observations and decisions. I'm always looking for relationships between things and geometry. And in the right side of the frame, you see a triangle of friends talking to one another. And on the left side of the frame, there's a column, and it's a rectangle. I was walking by this scene and thought, wow, this looks amazing. And then I realized the guy in the phone booth was using it as a toilet. This image not only had great geometry, but also a little bit of humor. So here we see a young boy and girl standing outside a protest, carrying around a monkey and a cap gun. I am always on the lookout for anything that doesn't immediately make sense. This is one of those pictures that I think if it doesn't make sense to you when you look at it, that is a spark to your imagination, because then you're open to all possibilities. And this image, I think, personified that. This is an image from Hurricane Sandy. I was shooting from an elevated bridge. I connect with things first visually, and then if it resonates with me, I'll make a picture of it. But I don't really over-intellectualize things. And I just liked the form and shape of the waves that he created when walking through the water, and the sense of loneliness and sort of despair that one might be experiencing if put in this situation. Yeah, so this is another example of being on an assignment to shoot one thing and to end up taking my time to shoot other things that I see on the sidelines. And this was done for a Super Bowl Chevy ad. It's autumn, if not winter, and here's this guy half naked walking down the street. It's like, what is going on in this picture? And I love making pictures that make people imagine what is happening in that picture rather than be force-fed the details. What motivates me to make pictures is how I respond to things emotionally. So if I see an image that I respond to, I'll make a frame of it. But it all comes mainly from the gut. It's not something that I give a lot of intellectual thought to. It's mainly how I feel. And that is both in my personal and professional work.